Alexander Hamilton was a very important man in American history. He was born on a small island called Nevis. His birthday was around 1755. His life was not easy. His father left the family when Alexander was young. His mother died when he was a child. Alexander and his brother were alone. A cousin helped them for a while, but the cousin also died. Alexander had to work hard from a young age. When Alexander was a teenager, he got a job at a trading company. He was very smart and worked hard. His boss saw that Alexander was talented. The boss helped Alexander go to school in New York. Alexander studied at King's College. He learned about politics, law, and economics. At that time, America was not free. It was ruled by Britain. Alexander wanted America to be free. In 1775, the American Revolution started. The American colonies wanted independence from Britain. Alexander joined the army. He fought for America's freedom. He worked with General George Washington. Washington was the leader of the army. He trusted Alexander. Alexander helped write letters and plans for the army. He also fought in battles. He was very brave. After the war, America was a new country. But it was not strong. The states did not work together well. Alexander wanted a strong central government. He believed this would make America stronger. He wrote essays called the Federalist Papers. These essays explained why America needed a strong government. Many people read the essays and agreed with Alexander. George Washington became the first president of the United States. He chose Alexander to be the Secretary of the Treasury. This job was very important. America had a lot of debt from the war. Alexander made a plan to pay the debt. He created a national bank. The bank helped manage the country's money. He also supported taxes. Taxes would help the government get money. Some people did not like his ideas, but Alexander believed they were necessary. Alexander had many enemies. One of his biggest enemies was Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson wanted less power for the government. He wanted more power for the states. Alexander and Jefferson often argued. Their arguments led to the first political parties in America. Alexander was in the Federalist Party. Jefferson was in the Democratic-Republican Party. The two parties had different ideas about how the country should work. Alexander worked very hard as Secretary of the Treasury. His ideas helped America become stronger. But he had many problems. Some people did not like him. They thought his ideas were bad. Some people even accused him of being corrupt. But there was no proof. Alexander always worked for the good of the country. After leaving his job as Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander became a lawyer. He was very successful. He defended many important cases. He also stayed active in politics. He continued to support his ideas about government. But he had many disagreements with other leaders. One of these leaders was John Adams. Adams was the second president of the United States. Alexander did not like some of Adams's decisions. This made it hard for them to work together. One of the most famous events in Alexander's life was his duel with Aaron Burr. Aaron Burr was a political rival. He had been Vice President of the United States. Alexander and Burr had many disagreements. Their disagreements became very personal. In 1804, Burr challenged Alexander to a duel. A duel is a fight between two people with guns. Duels were illegal, but they still happened. Alexander did not want to fight, but he agreed. On the morning of July 11, 1804, Alexander and Burr met in Weehawken, New Jersey. Both men had guns. They stood far apart. They fired their guns at the same time. Alexander was hit. He was very hurt. He was taken back to New York City. He died the next day. He was only 47 years old. Alexander Hamilton's death was a big loss for America. He was one of the most important leaders in the early years of the country. His ideas about government, economics, and law helped shape the nation. Even though he had many enemies, no one could deny his intelligence and hard work. He always worked for the good of the country. Today, Alexander Hamilton is remembered as one of the founding fathers of the United States. His face is on the $10 bill. Many books, plays, and movies have been made about his life. One of the most famous is a musical called Hamilton. This musical tells the story of Alexander's life in a fun and exciting way. It has helped many people learn about his important role in history. Alexander's story is an example of how hard work and determination can lead to great success. He was born into a very difficult situation. He had no money and no family to help him. But he never gave up. He worked hard to educate himself. He became one of the most important leaders in American history. His ideas and actions helped create the United States as we know it today. Alexander Hamilton's legacy continues to inspire people around the world. He showed that even if you start with nothing, you can achieve great things if you work hard and believe in yourself. His life reminds us that one person can make a big difference in the world. Alexander Hamilton was a man of many talents. He was a soldier, a lawyer, a writer, and a politician. He believed in a strong and united country. He worked hard to make his ideas a reality. Even though he died young, his impact on America was huge. His ideas about government and economics are still important today. Alexander's life was not easy. He faced many challenges and enemies. But he never stopped fighting for what he believed in. He always put the country first. His dedication to America is one of the reasons why the United States became a strong and successful nation. In conclusion, Alexander Hamilton was a great leader. His life story is full of lessons about hard work, determination, and courage. He showed that even in difficult times, it is possible to achieve great things. His legacy lives on in the United States and in the hearts of people around the world. Alexander Hamilton will always be remembered as one of the most important figures in American history.